I'm Amanda. I'm Emily, and I'm the director here at Redline Youth. If you're new here, hey Ems, why don't you let them know a little bit about who we are? So we are a youth group from grades 7 to 12, and our mission is to lead students to their maximum God-dreamed life. That's right, and later tonight, we're gonna hear from one of my good friends, Jonathan from Liquid Church. Give a little shout out to Liquid Youth Group, but before we hear more from him, let's play a game.
Let's play a game.
What's up, youth? Welcome to Redline TV. I am your lovely and beautiful game host, Julian Rivera, otherwise known as Theo Jules. I'm going to be leading, as usual, our Redline game for the evening, but before I do, I want to introduce a little someone who's going to be my game host tonight, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Her name is Karina, and that's right, she is my sister. Why don't you come over here? Boom!
Hey!
What is up? One thing Karina and I have in common is that we like to do impressions and voices sometimes. Like, we'll just say whatever I want anytime I want, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that was, but I invited Karina because recently she has showed me that she has a little gift, I think, of doing a British accent. Can I hear a little bit about that?
Hello, love.
Cool, very, very basic, that's fine. But
hello, love, how are you doing today?
yeah, I think it's all the episodes of Love Island that she watched and she just binged, so it's taught her well. But anyway, our game tonight is called The Slang Game, and this week's theme is 19th century Britain. So what's going to happen is that we're going to guess what these old British slang words actually mean. You have two options, we're going to read both of them, and you guys are going to guess either option A or B, or option 1 or 2 or whatever you want to type in. Just type in the chat either next to me or underneath me, and we'll get this British party going. Okay, love, does that sound good to you?
Absolutely.
That was the best. I'm like not good. I'm better at the Australian, alright? Australian land down under. I realize that anytime I do an Australian accent, I have to squinch my nose like this, and I'm like, alright then, let's get this game started, huh? Alright, so let's see. The first question. Fudgel. Fudgel.
Fudgel.
Fudgel.
Fudgel. Does it mean pretending to work while actually doing nothing?
Yeah, or a shop where chocolate is sold.
A shop where chocolate is sold looks pretty tempting. Some fudge.
What kind of British treats are there? Like, do they just like ice cream like Americans, or like some chocolate sauce? Chocolate dipped fish and chips, eh?
I think after school we can go to the Fudgel and get ourselves one or two little chocolates to take on the road. How about that, isn't it?
Or, hey yo, get off your lazy bum, stop fudgling around and get back to work, eh? Alright, what is it? Type your answers in right now, because we are going to reveal the answer in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it's pretending to work while actually doing nothing. Look at this picture of this joker. Who's this joker?
Dunce.
This dunce man chilling in the chair. Alright, what's the next one?
Down under.
Oh, peg puff. A little bit of peg puff.
A peg puff puffin?
Yeah, peggle puff party. So, is it a young woman with manners of an old woman?
Or is it a pad used to exfoliate the skin while taking a bath?
Oh, a bath, eh? I haven't taken a bath in about 3 fortnights, eh? Let's see, a peg puff. A peggle puff.
A peg puff.
What's a peg puff do? Is it...
Woman with a peg leg.
Nope, not here. Would you be a dear and pass me that peg puff so I can exfoliate my skin? That's so weird.
I think it's that one.
But a young woman with manners of an old woman. I don't get that one, so I probably think it's a pad used to exfoliate the skin while taking a bath, eh? And it's not even a bath. You don't say a bath like B-A-T-H. It's
you
like
say bath, like
yeah, like I'm baffled, but like a bath, eh? But we're gonna reveal the answer in 3, 2, 1. What's a peg puff, love? Oh, it's a woman with manners of an old woman. I don't know what that meant.
I say?
Yeah, what? Yeah? Is that what old ladies do?
Pinkies up, yes.
Pinkies up, yes. My God, you look ravishing this evening.
With the monocle.
I do say. Alrighty, that's enough of that. Next one.
Dysania. Close.
Dysania. The thought that your opinion is the only one that matters.
Or is it the extreme difficulty getting out of the bed in the morning?
First of all, I would just like to say, I think my accent just fluctuates between
Australian.
characters. I think it's because of watching The Parent Trap, and I can't stop thinking of Lindsay Lohan. It's like, I have class and you don't.
I have class and you don't.
Gotta get that thought out of my mind, eh? Extreme difficulty getting out of bed in the morning. Well, let me tell you this, if it's that, well, now I'm sounding Irish. Ireland is part of the UK,
Yeah, so why not?
if I have if that's dysania, then I'm that every morning. I struggle with dysania every morning. I suffer. The thought that your opinion is the only one that matters. It could be both. Put your final guesses in right now because we're going in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's right. I suffer from dysania, and so do you, apparently.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we should move on to the next one, eh? Yeah, that I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Ultracrepidarian.
Ultracrepidarian.
Someone who gives opinions on subjects they know nothing about.
Or,
Someone who stays in bed after the proper time to get up.
well, that just sounds like dysania, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know
Wouldn't it, boyo?
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is between dysania and ultracrepidarian.
I think it might be someone who gives opinions on subjects they know nothing about.
That would make sense considering the last one was dysauria. This one is someone who gives opinions on subjects they know nothing about. So I think there's slight differences in the words here, but I wouldn't try pronouncing this word again. I'm going to go with the first option. What do you think? You think that one too?
I agree, love.
Ultracrepidarian, is it someone who gives opinions on subject they know nothing about, or is it someone who stays in bed after the proper time to get up? In 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it is not the first option. That is right.
Someone who gives opinions on subjects they know nothing about.
That is right. That is correct. That is right. Oh, you guys have got that one right. Congratulations on that. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one again. I'm just fluctuating through all of these accents. I can't commit, eh? Let's take a trip to the next one, shall we?
Lansprezado.
Lansprezado. It sounds a little Spanish, don't you think?
Lansprezado. Oh,
Or
mamma
Italian,
mia.
papri buppi, lansprezado. Spaghetti. Or lansprezado.
That was good.
Could be Spanish.
Yeah.
Lansprezado.
Oui, oui.
Nope, not French. Anything but French. So is it someone who always has to have the last word in an argument? I know plenty of those people.
Don't look at me, love.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. Or someone who conveniently shows up with no money.
That's you, love.
That is not me.
That's not me either.
What was that? That was not me either.
That wasn't me either, dog.
I don't know what that is. So what is a lansprezado? 3, 2, 1. Someone who shows up conveniently shows up with no money, eh? It'd be such a shame to see you walking off a short pier with
No money.
It'd be such a shame to see you take a long walk over a short pier with no money in your pockets, eh? Wouldn't you say, love?
In your pockets, say.
What's in your pockets, yes? Alright, that's a lansprezado. Why don't we see what the next one has in store for us, shall we?
A grogue.
A grogue, I can pronounce this one.
Someone who stares at you while you eat, hoping you'll share. Or someone who sings loudly, who doesn't have singing ability. That is me.
So first of all, I think a grogue describes about 90% of all women. Because if it's someone who stares at you while you eat, hoping you'll share. You know what I mean? And no matter who you're dating, you see it all the time. Or is it someone who sings loudly who doesn't have singing ability? Now that's definitely me. And you. For sure you. Go ahead, sing me a ditty.
What song was...
Brittany, hit me baby one more time.
Hit me, baby, one more time. My lonely nail.
Can you sing it in a British accent?
My lonely nail. I don't know.
My loneliness is killing me, hey?
It's killing me, love.
So what's a grow? Put your guesses now because we're about to see the answer. The real answer in 3, 2, 1. It is someone who stares at you while you eat, hoping you'll share. That's right. That's right, alright. That's what a groke is, alright? All the women I know and love. I am really butchering this accent. Let's keep it going, eh? Perendinate.
To wait patiently and complain about
Oh,
it.
you're about to perendinate me. I know plenty of those people now, don't I? I can't stand those people in the line. Like when you're sitting in traffic, and the traffic is really heavy, you know what I mean? And it's a red light. And then as soon as the red light turns green, it's like people are honking the horn, they're honking at you, and I just want to stick my hand out and be like, hey, take it easy, you perendinator. Like,
Or to put off until the day after tomorrow.
wow, that sounds a lot like procrastinating to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a big procrastinator.
Oh, yeah, boyo.
So, perendinate, what does it mean? Does it mean to procrastinate and put off until the day after tomorrow, or is it to wait impatiently? I say wait impatiently because there's already a good word for waiting for the day after tomorrow.
Love, I think it's to put off until the day after tomorrow.
So it seems that we're at a little bit of an impasse. You think one thing, I think the other. So let's see.
Let's find
what
out.
does perendinate mean in 3, 2, 1? Oh, and you are correct!
It is to put off until the day after tomorrow.
What? I would have never thought. You know, the things I've been putting off the day after tomorrow have been showering. Since we're in quarantine, I got no one to impress. So, like, I go to the bathroom and I look at the shower and it's like, hello, darkness, my old friend. You know what I mean? So, I stole that off a TikTok I saw recently.
Hello, darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Would you care to catch up after a spill of tea, eh? Alright, that was weird. Next one, let's see what the next one's got here.
Shiviness.
Shiviness! Oh, you get
Shivy me timbers.
you get all caught up in your shiviness, eh? Yeah, shiver me timbers. Arr, where did the booty out? I mean, I'm pretty sure the pirates kind of came from that era. That's kind of why they sound like that. They sound like that. They sound like
Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Shiviness, is it the uncomfortable feeling of wearing a new underwear or making up excuses of why you can't make it to work? Has this game been reading my diary, love? Because one word after another, it's just...
Speaking your life.
It's speaking me language. It feels like a personal attack at one word after the other. So, no, every underwear I crack open, it's like a breath of fresh air. And making up excuses of why I can't make it to work. Not me at all.
Not me either. I love work.
She loves to work. She's a go-getter. And me? So let's see. Shiviness. What's it mean in 3, 2, 1? Oh my goodness, that is weird. And the picture is weird too. Like, this guy looks like he needs new underwear. This guy needs new underwear. I feel bad for the
old underwear.
No, he needs old underwear to feel comfortable again. That's right.
He's crying because he needs his old underwear with the holes in it.
Yeah, the holy underwear. The bishop's underwear. The bishop's trousers, if you will. Next one. Yeah.
Snollygoster.
Snollygoster? What in the buggery is this?
What in the buggery? Is it a rebellious person against a politician or a shrewd, unprincipled person?
A snollygoster, eh? A snolly? What's a snolly? What's a goster, if you ask me? I don't... A rebellious person against a politician. Maybe that's what a politician is a snolly. A shrewd, unprincipled person. Maybe that's a goster. Maybe that's just a politician. Maybe it's both.
I think a rebellious person against a politician.
I like that too, because a snollygoster doesn't sound like a very nice thing to be now, does it? No, I would agree with that one. So what's it gonna be in 3, 2, 1?
Oh, a shrewd,
you showed me.
Person.
A snollygoster, eh? A shrewd, unprincipled person.
Snollygoster.
A shrewd, unprincipled person, you snollygoster, you. I oughta. That's where the fighting Irish come in. He's like, why I oughta? I fight the snollygosters, the whole lot of you. I sound like a snollygoster
Don't
now. A
take my
shrewd,
gold.
unprincipled person. Don't take my gold. What are you talking about? Because I'm a
Irish.
leprechaun, eh? Well, that's very racist of you. I'm a leprechaun. All Irish are leprechauns. No, they are not. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. Alrighty, the next one. This is the final and last question, okay? So pay close attention. Gruffle.
A gruffling.
What's a gruffling? Without looking at the definitions, I would think of a tussle. That's right. A little fight. A good on bruising. You know what I mean?
A good gruffling.
A good gruffle, but no, it either means to lay down wrapped up in a comfortable manner. That sounds absolutely lovely. Or a term meaning absolute confusion. I've definitely had my case of a gruffle. I'm in a conversation with some of my smarter friends, like my good buddy Christian Smythe. Oh, he's a good lad, is he? But when he starts going off, yeah?
He's so smart.
He's so smart, he starts going off, and I'm just kind of like, what's he blathering about? To lay down wrapped up in a comfortable manner, I kind of like that word. I think it's like I got my gravity blanket, yeah? And I just snuggle up in there and just say, and then you bring me my tea, yeah? That's what I think of.
With a little crumpet.
With a tea and crumpet?
Yeah.
A little twist of lemon. So, what's a grufflin mean to you? In 3 seconds, we're about to find out. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, to lay down wrapped in a comfortable manner. I think I win that one.
Yeah, with the tea and crumpets.
Yeah, with the tea, a crumpet or two, and some lemon.
Nice and cozy.
Nice and cozy. Put on a movie.
Call it a night.
Call it a night. Wow, you suck at this game. I think I won this round against you.
You did.
So I'm okay with that.
I won the accent though.
You definitely did on that one because I can't do an accent. I can't do that. No, that
Do
is
Joe.
Then that
Joe
just sounded
Exotic.
so Joe Exotic. Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Carol Baskin. Yeah, we're not in Oklahoma.
We're not in Oklahoma.
We're in 19th century Britain, eh? So thank you guys so much for joining our game. I'm glad you were able to have a little bit of fun with us. It was a little weird. It was a little, but that's why we're here. We're here to be weird. Like, if we're not allowed to be weird at Redline, then where else can we be?
Really, though.
Where else can we be weird? All right, guys, so listen up. We're getting ready to listen to a great message from a great friend of ours from Lakewood Church in Parsippany, New Jersey. Some of you might have met him already if you were at the experience last year. He emceed for us. He did an awesome job. His name is Jonathan. He's a great guy. And he's going to talk to us about how we can push back feelings of depression and feeling insignificant. I think this is such a real topic, something that we can all probably relate to at one point in our lives or another. So we're going to welcome him in just a few minutes for his message called Locked In But Not Locked Down. But before we do that, let's get ready to worship together.
when the fight calls, even when the wars rage, I take heart. And I know you are greater, forever you are Savior. I will sing your praise with all that I have, with all that I am, Lord.
What's up, Redline? It's so awesome to be able to hang out with you guys today. I gotta tell you, I've been a low-key fan of you guys for quite a while. I just love your energy. I just love how much fun you have. This for me is kind of like getting invited to hang out with the cool kids at lunchtime, right? You guys are an amazing group of teens and you have some amazing leaders. Can you just give them a hand? So if I'm counting correctly, we are coming up on week 8 of being locked in our homes. And so what I like to do at Liquid is just celebrate the little wins that we see each day. So this is what I want you to do. I'm gonna call out some things. And if it's you, just, give yourselves a hand. All right. So we're coming up on 60 days. If you have been brushing and flossing every day, give yourselves a hand. Come on, clap for yourself. I'm sure everybody around you appreciates it. All right. I'll take 6 out of the 7. If you have been wearing shoes for at least 4 days out the week, give yourselves a hand. That's big. Guys, I don't have shoes on right now. Flip-flops are comfortable. So give yourselves a hand if you're putting shoes on. If over the last 60 days, this is a big one, if you've taken at least 45 showers, go ahead and give yourselves a hand. Again, I'm sure everyone around you appreciates that. Guys, we got to celebrate the wins of the time that we're in. Because where we are now, where, just this week, we've heard that schools have been closed and, graduations and proms aren't going to happen like the way some of you have imagined them your whole life. Guys, that's news that's very disappointing. Maybe for you, you're bummed out that you can't connect with your friends, or maybe a friend or family member of yours have tested positive for the coronavirus. Guys, this is a time when we have to stay encouraged. See, you're in a place in life right now where you probably should be enjoying some new freedoms, right? As you get older and as you get more responsible, this is usually the time when mom and dad let you hang out a bit later, let you, stay up a bit longer. But instead now, you guys are finding life impose more and more restrictions on you. So in this moment, right, this lock-in can be both physical and emotional, right? Where it feels like the walls are literally pressing in against you. And, it's not like you have a voice in the matter. There's nothing you can do about it. And this can make us feel small and insignificant. So what I want to do today, guys, is just really take a moment to encourage you guys. See, I want you to understand that you're anything but small and you're anything but insignificant. I want you to know that through God, you have mighty potential. Somebody say, I got potential. Guys, you have earth-shaking, world-changing potential. And even through this moment of being locked in, this emotional prison we find ourselves in, God can use it for his glory and for your good. One of my favorite verses is found in 2 Corinthians 4:8. And it says this, it says, we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. But then it says something interesting in verse 14. It says, because we know that the one who has raised the Lord Jesus from the dead will also raise us. So as we find ourselves in our prisons right now with these restrictions and limitations, guys, I want you to know that God uses restrictions for our reshaping. He uses restrictions for reshaping. Can you say that? See, whenever life is coming at you from all sides and you feel like the walls are caving in, know that God wants to use that to reshape us, to raise us, to develop the potential that we have in him. But the question is, how do we go from being restricted to being reshaped? So I just want to give you 3 things that you can do to push back against those feelings of insignificance in this time. And this first thing is, when we are locked in, look up. I'm going to say that again. When you're locked in, look up. A few years back, my lovely wife, for my birthday, she surprised me by taking me to this place. It was an escape room. She took me and like 8 of our friends to this escape room. If you know what escape room is, it's super fun, right? If you don't, it's a room that you go in, and the game is to figure out how to escape, right? And so, you know, as we went to this escape room, we found ourselves asking for the hardest room. We wanted the hardest challenge because, you know, we were up to it. But soon I learned something about myself. I learned that I was a closet claustrophobic, right? And there was about 8 of us trapped in this small 10 by 10 room, which, you know, was probably against fire code, I'm just saying. But we were trying to get out. And guys, like 20 seconds in, I'm starting to lose it, right? I'm pacing back and forth. I'm like shaking the doorknobs, right? The walls were feeling like they were literally caving in, right? And to make it worse, guys, no one could find the final key to get out. We're looking for it everywhere, on the floor, in the walls, everywhere. And it was just one moment that I found myself in. I looked everywhere else, where I just looked straight up. And I saw that the key was inside the light fixture on the ceiling. Guys, and this is what I want you to understand from this story. When you are locked in and you're looking all around and the walls are caving in, we have to look straight up. You know, later in the verse where we talked about in Corinthians, where I read, it says this. It says, so we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Guys, at this time that we are in, it's natural just, you know, we're bored. And, you know, it's natural just to want to spend more time on social media, just absorbing what's happening around us in life. But what I want to encourage you to do, guys, is to look up and fix your eyes on God. And I know we say that in church a lot, but what does it actually really mean? I want you to think about it like this. If you've ever just made eye contact with somebody and just held it there for a while, at first, you know, it's really, really awkward. But experts say, check this out, that eye contact is the deepest way to connect with somebody, right? Think about that. And I want you to try this out. After this is over, if you want to be a little bit weird, just go to your siblings and just stare them in the face for about a good minute, right? And see what happens, right? You may get a hug or you may get punched. But what I want you to understand, guys, when we fix our eyes on God, know that He's looking back at us. Guys, this is what I want you to do. Make eye contact with God. Connect with Him. Guys, we do this through prayer. We do this through our devotional time. This is just thinking about Him through our day. This is building your relationship with Him during this lock-in. See, this is how we're reminded that we are not in this alone, guys. Say that, I'm not alone. See, we're reminded that inside the 4 walls that I feel like they're closing in with us is the creator of the universe. Our Father who loves us is here with us in this moment. And we have to remind ourselves of that. God uses restrictions for reshaping. And He wants to reshape your relationship with Him. So when we're locked in, guys, we must look up. The next thing we must do when we're locked in, guys, is to lift up. Again, when we're locked in, lift up. Back in the escape room, right? After we were locked in, and we even saw the key in the light fixture, but we could not figure out how to get it out. It turned out that there was a key needed to get to the key to get out the room. So guys, being so close to getting out, but so far away, guys, it started to incite mass hysteria for all of us, right? So now we're all going crazy. We're tearing the room apart. We're nearly tearing the sheetrock off the walls, right? I wish in that moment I could say that I was the strong one in that scenario. But my wife was the one who stood up and was like, hey, guys, relax. Guys, we can do this. Guys, we are going to make it out of here. Let's just work together. Guys, in that time of panic, she was the one that stood up and encouraged us all. And guys, in this time we are in, where we're locked in, I want to let you know this. It's so important that we lift each other up. See, none of us can go through this alone. I want to encourage you guys. It's so important to stay connected with your Redline peeps, right? I know FaceTime and Zoom, it could be starting to wear us out. But God will use you and will use your friends to strengthen each other. And He will use this moment to even reshape your relationships to be even stronger in this time than they were before. Guys, when we are locked in, we must lift up. And the last thing we must do when we're locked in, guys, is when we're locked in, we must rise up. Okay, we're back in the escape room, right? Back in the escape room. The walls are closing in, right? We're all starting to feel small and a bit unintelligent for not finding our way out of this room by now. So I look up, right? At this time, I look up at the ceiling and I look at the light fixture where I can see the key to get out. And I notice something about the ceilings, right? I noticed that the ceilings are made out of ceiling tiles. What it means is that ceiling is not just one piece, but it's made of individual tile pieces, right? That can be pushed and can be moved around, right? So I start to climb up and rise up on the shelving that I find in the room. And my wife is looking at me like, John, what are you doing? And I just point to the ceiling. I say to her, babe, the ceiling is movable. Can somebody just say that with me? Say, the ceiling is movable. I reach the top of the ceiling and I push up one of the pieces of the ceiling tile. And I reach over into the light fixture and grab the key out. Guys, finally, we had victory. Now listen, this was not the way we were supposed to get the key. We changed the rules of the game to win. And when the guy who worked at the place, he came, he looked at what we did. He's like, wow, you guys really did that, right? You really moved the ceiling tile to grab the key. No one has done that. You guys have changed the game. And guys, this is what I want you to understand. That God is calling you as we're locked in to rise up and change the game. Listen, your generation is in a unique position to start a spiritual revolution. See, not in anyone's lifetime have church buildings been closed for this long. See, your generation has the unique opportunity to change the world by revolutionizing what the church and Christ followers look like. Look, guys, the world has never seen a Christian like you before. See, remember, God uses restrictions for reshaping. And he is using this time of lock-in to reshape you so that you can impact the world like no other generation before you could. See, someone asked me like this. They said, Pastor Jonathan, why did God allow the coronavirus to be let loose on this generation? But what I really think, guys, it is the other way around. I think God allowed this generation to be let loose on the corona. See, think about it. This coronavirus would have wiped us away 20 years ago. We would have been back in the Stone Age. But you guys are so uniquely equipped to rise up and spark a revolution in the world during this pandemic. Guys, you have the opportunity to show the world what it is not to just go to church, but be the church. Guys, what does it mean for you to rise up? Think about that. It means to be bold and it means to be new. It means to trust God in everything that you have the ability to do. Guys, you are equipped. You have the tools. You have the gift. You have the intellect to change everything around you. Listen, you guys understand social media like no one else, right? You guys have the ability to make a TikTok video that will reach more people than most preachers ever will in their entire life. Guys, rise up and use that for God. You guys are amazingly gifted and talented. You guys are artists. You guys are poets, musicians. Guys, I want to encourage you to rise up and use that for God. See, you may be locked in, but you are not locked down. Guys, remember, the ceiling is movable. The things that you thought that you couldn't do before, as you're feeling the walls pressed in against you, God is wanting to raise you up to do things that you thought that you will never do before, to reach potential that you thought that you never had in you. Guys, you are not small. You're not insignificant. Our almighty, all-powerful God is with you. Guys, listen, this is so important in this time because it's so real. You know, I remember when this outbreak started, like I can be honest and admit that I was a little bit on the skeptical side. But now I think we are all in a place where someone or at least someone we know has tested positive, or somebody we know, a friend of a friend, has lost someone. You know, in my personal and extended family, so far we've suffered 3 losses. And so I'm saying this because I want you to understand that all that we're going through is not for nothing. See, God has the final say. Somebody say that. Say, God has the final say. See, life has a way of just bringing us all of these tragedies and all of this suffering. And Jesus, he let us know that we would go through that. But I want you to understand something. Because Jesus overcame the world, life will always overcome death. And as much death as we have seen and much pain that we have experienced, there will be that much more life because Jesus has overcome the world. Somebody say amen to that. For as much tears that there have been shed, there will be that much more joy. For as much disappointment, guys, that we have felt, there will be that much more peace in your life because God has overcome this world. So I want you to remember the 3 things. Guys, when you're locked in, look up. Make eye contact with God. Build that relationship with Him stronger. Guys, He is reshaping you. When you're locked in, lift up. Stay connected with your Redline peeps. Guys, be an encouraging voice. And guys, when you are locked in, rise up. Guys, do something bold. Do something new. God, what is it that you thought that you couldn't do before? Now is the time to just discover all of the unique gifts that God has put in you. Now is the time to be a voice on social media, encouraging your peers. Guys, now is the time. Look up, lift up, and rise up. And you will see how God is using restrictions to reshape us. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much for allowing me to share with you. Guys, before we go, let me just take a moment to pray for you. Father God, I thank you for this time that I just get to just chat with your teens. God, I ask that you encourage us, God, to know that you are with us right in this room that we are in, that feel like it's closing in around us. But also help us to know that because you have overcome this entire world, there's no scenario which you don't win. Guys, and God, we want to celebrate you winning. So I ask that you encourage us today. I ask that you just bring a peace, you bring a joy in our hearts today. Knowing that we are locked in, but not locked down. God, we thank you and we give your name the praise and glory. In Jesus' name, amen. Guys, you have an awesome night, and I hope to see you guys soon. God bless.
Hey guys, stick around because we're about to go right into our house hangouts. Your leaders are going to send the link in the live chat. So if you're in 11th and 12th grade, that's the red house. Your leader should be sending your link right about now. So don't forget to go into your house hangouts. Turquoise house, that's 9th and 10th grader. If you're a 9th or 10th grader, go ahead and click on that Zoom link. That's gonna be in the live chat right now. All right, now if you are in 7th and 8th grade, that means you're in the hot pink house. So hot pink house members, go ahead and click on that Zoom link and join your house hangouts. Don't forget to connect, and we'll see you next week at Redline.